Hello, welcome to Drive on the Wild Side, where today I'm going to have a look back at one of my older videos which I did on French cars. Now, it was a great video, you guys loved it, but I don't think I went into enough detail on French hot hatches. So today, I'm going to talk about a brand which you probably didn't even know made hot hatches. And that's obviously Citroen. You've heard of Renault's hot hatches, they're some of the best in the world. Peugeot, they're some of the most popular. What about Citroen? What are they made? The first performance-oriented Citroen was launched in 1984. The Citroen CX GTI had a 2.5 litre turbocharged engine producing 164 horsepower and top speed 137. However, it didn't really handle well considering it had hydropneumatic suspension, which made it really lurch around in the corners, so it was more for comfort. In 1985, Citroen launched the Visa GTI, a super mini which had a 1.6 litre engine from the Peugeot 205 GTI. So you can imagine it would have been able to keep up with all the other 80s hot hatches, but unfortunately no one bought it, so it is pretty rare. In 1986, Citroen released the BX GTI, a car with a four-wheel drive system, a 16-valve engine, which had 158 horsepower and got to a top speed of 120 miles an hour. Its hydropneumatic suspension meant it was able to put down performance on all terrains, which is why it made the perfect basis for the BX40C rally car. A car which you've probably never heard of and got nowhere near the recognition it deserves. We've covered the CX and the BX, but what about the AX? This little hatchback actually had a GTI version, 100 horsepower from 1.3 litre engine. But Top Gear still describes this little car as fun to drive, even though it had considerably less power than any of its rivals from Volkswagen. After the AX, the Saxo came along. Now, for reasons that not many people know, the Saxo became incredibly popular with millennials in the UK. It was just really cheap to build and run and had 120 horsepower and did 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds, so it was a great platform for modifying. After the Saxo, many other Citroens sported the VTS badge. VTS is sort of like a worded abbreviation for Vitesse, the French word for speed. This is on the C2 VTS, a very cheap to install 125 horsepower little rocket ship, which is quite tempting for young drivers. I don't know if anyone on this channel is learning to drive, but these two give you an idea. This is also the C4. This could make a cool second car, 180 horsepower from a turbocharged engine. It features some very quirky looks as well. Nowadays, Citroen's moved on to the DS, which is now its own company. This is the final fast Citroen I want to talk about, the DS3 Racing, a limited production run 1.6 litre turbocharged version of the DS3. Top Gear tested it, has 200 horsepower, and you may have seen Jeremy Clarkson driving us around the city of Lucca in Italy. So there you go, that's fast Citroen. So there you go, that's a brief history of Citroen's hot hatchbacks. Did you know any of these? Do any of you own one of these? And also, would you take any of these over a Peugeot or a Renault? If you would, please let me know in the comments. These are all pretty cool cars. Maybe like this video, please subscribe for more in the future. And until next time, goodbye.